You're on.
Hello everyone, it's Timothy 2009. I'm still alive and I'm finally back with another video. So you remember last time when we took a look at the Gauge 1 Percy that I just finished? Well, I thought it'd be finally time to take a look at some models that I've been wanting to make for a very long time, but just never got the chance due to reasons. The Gauge 1 Troublesome trucks.
Those are really nice.
My second piece of rolling stock, if you count any in Clarabelle.
When did you make these?
Well, I printed the models in 2022, but I just never painted them.
Okay.
They've just been on the back burner for like
3 years.
Sorry if I'm a slow procrastinator, but
I say way.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like, this seems to be a common trend with like certain Gauge 1 modelers where they just like.
There's lots of us that start projects and don't finish them right away.
Yeah. But anyways, I've been meaning to like make these ever since I made James the Red Engine. Now, after I made Annie and Clarabelle, I thought it would also be nice to make the Troublesome trucks as well. Since, like, it would be a nice little change of pace since, like,
These are nice.
These two do like to cause trouble on Sodor. For, like, all the engines. Because every wise engine knows you can't trust trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Since I've also made a Thomas, Annie, Clarabelle, James, Sir Topham Hatt, and the 2 drivers, I also thought, like, doing the Troublesome trucks was going to be, like, the last thing to do, like, for my little Gauge 1 list, but for some reason I also made Edward, Percy, and Toby, and one other Gauge 1 model that I'm not going to spoil yet. Now, I don't know if I'm going to continue this line, but I might do more rolling stock, just because I think it's easy. All you have to do is just, like, lay it flat. Now, these trucks were actually, like, made, like, before we had to, like, change the, like, extruder of the 3 printer.
Mm-hmm.
Which for some reason doesn't print as high as it normally does. I'm hoping there's, like, extension cords for that.
It quit going up high?
Well, not saying, it doesn't, like, hold on. I mean, it doesn't print as tall.
We can talk about it off camera. I can fix that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm hoping there's extensions for that.
Yeah, something. I just need, it's the settings. We can fix it.
It's a brand new extruder than, like, the one that it originally came with.
Yeah, I know. It's the settings. Remind me and I'll fix it. I didn't know you were having that problem.
I think I got that new 3 printer, like, around Christmas 2022.
I don't know, but...
I mean, it's a brand new printer.
Talk about those. I can fix it.
But anyways, let's get back on track.
Alright.
The Troublesome trucks here. Now, there's not going to be, like... I mean, there might be a few interesting things to say about the Troublesome trucks, and hopefully this, like, turns out good. Well, we'll just have to, like, see. But if we're talking about the models themselves, I think they came out nice on their own. Like, they look very accurate to, like, the
they look great.
Trucks from the show.
They feel good, too.
But then again, they were designed to actually look like the props from the show.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, like, models like James. Especially with that brand new face he has. That looks way better than the one he had before.
Who did the patterns?
Oh, well, Gemos Trainers made, like, the entire, like, bodies of the Gauge 1 trains. However, the face actually came from, like, the Lazy Train. His own Thingiverse account.
They're both from Thingiverse.
Yeah.
Free?
Now, what I don't understand is, like, why Gemos doesn't just, like, make 3 faces for these guys. Now, this seems to be a sort of a problem I've been seeing, like, lately with Thingiverse, but whenever someone, like, makes a face for, like, Thomas the Tank Engine, it always gets taken off by Thingiverse.
For copyright.
I don't know if that's a Mattel thing or not.
Right.
Because you know how Mattel is with their copyright issues with Thomas the Tank Engine content?
Yeah. That's probably it.
Because, I mean, I don't know why, but Mattel did not make the classic series. Brett Allcroft did.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not make the Hit era. Hit Entertainment did that.
But they might have bought the rights.
Yeah, they bought the rights to Thomas when Andrew Brenner and Ian McHugh took over as writers.
So that means other people can't.
And that's also
trademark it.
Around the time when Mattel ruined Thomas and Friends with Big World Big Adventures and the now canceled All Engines Go.
But to me, as a parent, it kind of sucks that they're going to hold the copyright and not let people make something that they don't make. Like, this isn't in competition with them because they don't sell big trains like this.
Mattel wasn't... Okay, Mattel's been around since Thomas itself, but they never actually owned the rights to the show to begin with.
Right.
And they never actually owned any of the props themselves.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Even if they own the intellectual property, since they're not producing anything like this, it should be okay to make it. They shouldn't get to limit it.
Also, fun fact about the props themselves. There was a prop store auction as of recently this year where they just sold off a bunch of props that were just taking up too much space and that they didn't really need anymore.
Oh, wow.
Now, don't worry, they didn't get rid of every prop from the show. However,
did they go for big money?
Probably. It was probably for a good cause, because, like,
I would imagine.
There are a lot of Thomas fans who, like, have a chance to, like, have a prop of themselves, for themselves. But they just got rid of a few, like, minor characters that don't really get that much, like, focus in the show. Now, some people could probably say, like, well, why don't they just, like, animate them in CGI, like how they did with most characters? That I wish they could do, but for some reason they just never really, like, had any story ideas for certain characters, even though some of them are fan favorites, like Boko and Duke. But anyways, so back to the Troublesome trucks again. Anyways, the trucks do look pretty nice. Like I said, Jamos Trainers made the files, but for some reason he didn't make the faces. Now, hopefully Jamos Trainers, I'm hoping that he does make the 3 faces one day, just as long as Mattel doesn't, like, strike him down. But anyways, so the trucks actually do look nice, like I've already said. I think they look one-to-one with the actual props themselves. The paint jobs are very nice as well. Now, the Troublesome trucks, unlike the actual, like, props themselves, were actually built using, like, actual model kits. However, the faces are sculpted in, like, clay and then, like, molded in plastic. They create a silicone mold for all the faces. That way they can, like, make them stronger and more durable.
If you go to Google and ask AI, Thomas the Tank prop auction sold prices, it will tell you what they sold for. A large, complete Thomas the Tank Engine model with a driver went for 44,000 English pounds.
Okay, well, let's not go too deep into the rabbit hole. We're here to talk about the Troublesome trucks.
Okay, we were wondering if they sold for a lot. Yes, they did.
Okay. And by the way, who would use AI to begin with?
Well, I just used the chat to find out the prices.
Okay, but have you seen the weird things AI can do?
Yeah, but I don't have an account to find the prices. Anyway.
Okay, the Troublesome trucks is what really matters in this video.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, they were built using actual model kits of the trucks themselves, but the faces were custom made. Now, one thing I found sort of weird about the Troublesome trucks is that they don't have an eye mechanism, yet somehow they're still able to, like, move their pupils up and down or, like, in different directions. Now, what I'm thinking is that they just, like, have the, like, faces, like, but without the pupils, and they just, like, stick the pupils on in, like, certain directions, since they don't have eye mechanisms.
Right.
I mean...
Or maybe there's a switch inside that you manually flick?
I don't think so.
Up, down, up, down?
If you put an eye mechanism in the trucks, it would just look like they're carrying machine parts.
Right.
Yeah. But without the pupils, they just kind of look creepy. I mean, I can't, like, even imagine if there are actual, like, images of the truck's faces without the, like, pupils on them. And you just see the white emptiness of their eyes. Kind of makes them look like, zombies. I mean, that would be, like, creepy to see, but... I mean, just thinking that the pupils are actually, like, separately attached in certain places when the trucks are moving their eyes. But you don't really, like, see them actually turn, unlike the trains themselves, because with the engines, they've all got, like, cabs and stuff, and boilers, so that way the IMECs are, like, hidden inside the trains themselves. I mean, so you wouldn't really be able to, like, tell that there are eye mechanisms, or, like, actually see how they control them in the actual show. Because it'd just be like if they were, like, playing with toys. You know, it's sort of like, it kind of uncanny. I mean, I'm guessing that's why... Wait, well... The obvious reason why they chose CGI over model series is that CGI is cheaper to, like, use. But sometimes when you use CGI, it can be, like, not as good. I mean, have you seen what CGI has done to things like Bob the Builder and, like...
It's... Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'd rather not get into that. I mean, it only gets worse when Mattel takes over. But, okay, so... Anyways... Now, for the Troublesome trucks themselves, as characters, like, now, I think one thing that suffers, like, with certain Thomas characters is that they're always, like, one-dimensional. But there are some characters who actually have interesting, like, traits. But the Troublesome trucks are usually the ones that like to cause mischief, since they are called Troublesome trucks. they make fun of the engines. They push them like way too fast. They're the reason why a lot of crashes happen. And I think these are like always the ones that get like destroyed the most. Now, I know this might be another off-topic thing, but I don't know like where their budget went with like certain things in the show. Like, I'm guessing like they had to like spend a lot of money like destroying these trucks to pieces, and like I'm guessing what they do is like they buy a brand new model kit and just like restart from scratch, or unless they like use glue and like just glue all the tiny little like pieces to the trucks after they get smashed to pieces. I mean, I think the trucks are actually supposed to be made out of like wood in the actual show. I mean, I don't know what the model kits were made of, but they smash like pretty easily into small pieces. Whenever the trucks like collide with each other, or like just like pile up, they always like smash into a million like pieces. And there's literally an episode where Oliver like literally pulls Scruffy apart to pieces with his own strength.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's like, I'm sure that would shock anyone. But I mean, the trucks seem to be pretty iconic for like having the most like crashes, and like it is a little satisfying seeing them getting smashed and broken up into pieces. Whenever it is a little funny.
Right.
But I mean,
then do they pretend like they put them back together at the yard, or?
Well, I don't know how they put them back together.
But I mean, in the show, how did they explain it?
Um,
Did they say he got hauled to the railway yard and reassembled, or?
I don't think they explain how they put them together. They just
they're just fine in the next episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how they do that. It's probably because like they buy the same model kit and just like rebuild it again from scratch and just slap the faces on and call it a day.
Right.
I don't know if that's where their budget went, or if they just like wasted their money on making like close-up shot models of like the engine's cabs, or like making bigger versions of the human figures, or like rescaling their narrow gauge engines so that they'll run better. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't have just like gotten smaller cameras and like just like zoomed in on the small drivers and the small narrow gauge engines. Like just like took the time, even if it was like time consuming to like put every single piece of the truck back together. I mean, I'm sure the end result wouldn't be as good as if they like just rebuild it from scratch.
Maybe they just build a whole bunch of everything all at one time.
I don't know.
And have like a big warehouse.
I mean, I don't know if that's why that explains like their low budget, or like, I don't know. Someone could probably like explain better about their budget than I could.
Yeah, and if they have like, if they make the models themselves, or if they have a company that does them for them.
Right, but it's very interesting, like, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, now, being a truck probably is like one of the best things about an engine's life, because like, since the trucks like causing trouble, that just leads to their ultimate like canonical death when they like get smashed and broken up.
Right.
I mean, it's never really explained that Trouble's trucks are dead. They just like fall apart. So I don't know if they like build like new trucks that are just alive in the first day, or if like they're the same trucks that were broken up. Just like
that's the problem with anthropomorphizing things and giving them human characteristics, and it's like then you run into some sticky situations like that. Like, is it like dead? Is it injured? Like, what's happening? How are we explaining this?
The engines that sort of all have this one fear of being scrapped, which means being killed off.
It's like in Toy Story, when Woody and the toys are always afraid of like being
useless,
being in a yard sale, or like being put on the shelf, or thrown away. Yeah, it's like.
And that just leads to their deaths.
Yeah, or they, it's, you can't think about it too much.
I mean,
or it blows your
mind.
It
does sort of like turn Thomas Friends into like a little bit of edgy like universe.
Right.
That, like,
yeah. Like those faces you have sometimes.
Yeah. Or like if someone is like a train or like some other type of vehicle that doesn't want to be scrapped. I mean, the engines do enjoy their work on the railway. They do get scolded a bit when they mess up.
Mm-hmm.
But they learn to move past that. And like certain workers, they banter with each other. I mean, that's just what makes the show so enjoyable to watch, especially with the cozy atmosphere of the model work. Now, the CGI series, like in the Andrew Burr, is pretty good, although it's not as like breathtaking as like the original models, if that makes any sense. I mean, I think Andrew Burr and Ian McHugh did a good job. I'm not gonna lie. I just wish that Blubba and All Engines Go could have been a little better. If Mattel would like get their minds out of the gutter. Now, I don't know what they'll do for Thomas in 2026. They might make a good show. They might make it even worse than All Engines Go. Anything could happen, really. Anyways, Another thing about the Troublesome trucks is that their designs are pretty interesting as well. I mean, even though just like little like basic boxes with like open space to like carry things like coal or stone or gravel or cargo. I mean, that's what they're made for, but at the same time, they also like to like make the train's lives a living heck and get them in trouble by Sir Topham Hatt. But they do get their comeuppance sometimes, especially when Oliver pulls their leader apart. Or like when the engines bump them and like push them off the rails, like in Oliver's Find. But yeah, there are also some trucks that don't have faces, which sort of like might make you raise questions even more. Like, why are some trucks alive and some of them aren't? I mean, shouldn't all the trucks have faces, or is it just like certain other type of rolling stock? I mean, could you imagine if like the express coaches had faces, or like the mail coaches? I mean, you'd probably like be able to like make your own custom characters. But it's a Thomas fandom. They love making OCs, whether they are from like pre-existing engines or like real life engines. All right, I don't know how much longer.
17.
Oh, now.
So just a few.
Okay, but anyways, now if you're wondering how I painted the trucks themselves, I actually used like spray paint. However, like I tried putting masking tape on the first try, but then it bled through, so I had to like.
Are the faces attached?
Yeah, they are attached.
They don't glue on later?
No, they're 3D printed to actual body.
That's cool.
Anyways,
so you taped it off and then what?
What I'm the least happy with, because they're designs. But anyways, I actually like spray painted them first, then painted the faces on like after that. The wheels were painted silver and then black on top.
Spray
with acrylic.
Paint or
spray paint silver.
Right, and then hand
painted black.
Uh-huh.
It does look pretty cool. Now, I know you're probably like wondering why this one doesn't have a buffer. I don't know how that happened. It did have one. It just broke off somehow. But
did you find it or no?
No. And personally, I don't really care because like the front buffers are really what only matters to me.
I guess you could print another one if you wanted.
I might do that one day, but it's not really one of my big priorities.
Right.
Even though you're probably going to be begging me in the comments telling me to fix this truck.
I gotta get your shelves out here. Okay.
Anyways, I think these are like supposed to be like the brakes of the trucks. I mean, sometimes they do like to set their brakes on. Just like make the trains.
Yeah. Those are cool. They don't move though, right?
They do move. It's just,
they do move?
Sometimes they choose not to, just like
get
on the engine's bad sides and like.
No, but I mean on the model they don't.
On the model they don't move. They're just like attached. The wheels do move.
Right.
Now the wheels, like Annie and Clarabelle, they're not really like fully like attached to anything. They're just like held on with toothpicks.
You could put a piece of an eraser or a bead or something as
like a small ball bearing.
Yeah, I have some if you want. I have some silver ones.
I don't know if they're really like the size of a toothpick, but
I do. I have them if you want them.
So I might do that. I mean, I was just a little bit of a hurry just to like get this video out of the way. But
yeah, I have them. You could do it and then do an update.
Yeah. Even with all that, I still think the Troublesome trucks did come out very
Yeah, they look
nice.
awesome.
They're a nice addition, even though James might not like it. He'd much rather prefer pulling coaches.
Do they attach to him?
Well, the hooks don't really like attach unless you have like a chain.
Right.
I mean, the buffers do like align pretty nicely. The buffers do.
What does his coupling look at the back of that model? What does it look like on the back?
Just like the same type of hook as the other models.
This? Yeah, you would have to have just a little
chain type thing.
Yeah, even like a silver wire or a silver thread. That would be cool. Yeah, the bumpers keep them from touching.
Yeah, and they're like a nice little cushion.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Impact whenever they crash.
In real life, do they have chains on trains like that to hook them?
They probably do. I mean, some trains do have like knuckle couplers. Aside from like the little hooks that the trains in Thomas and Friends have.
Okay, that's cool.
But anyways,
I bet there's someone out there that knows what they used on the props in the show.
Now, I'm not gonna. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil who the next Gauge 1 model is. You'll have to find out yourself, but I bet you're going to love it.
Have you started it?
I finished it at the time of recording. No, don't show it yet.
I'm not going to show it. I'm just wondering if I know.
It is finished. It's all the way, back there, but...
Oh, okay, yeah, I can't see it.
You'll see that when I show it off. But, anyways, if you did like the Troublesome trucks, let me know in the comments below. And if you have anything interesting to say about them as well, let me know in the comments. Personally, I think there's some, the more interesting characters, but they're most, mischievous, accident-prone,
I love this size. We need to put a shelf out here for them.
I mean, yeah, they do look very nice. Anyways, Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!